evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Hey, 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 how y'all doing? Uh-oh. Make sure. Uh-oh. All right, so welcome, everybody. I jolly paused for my tardiness. I was actually on time today. I was actually here on time, but I'm in a new space and I can't be getting that I don't be liking the way the light and be looking. The light and it be like driving me crazy. Like see how you can see that little shadow over there? Right over there in the corner. If I move that out the way, it'd be like all over the place. Right? It'd be all over the place. Like if I move that out the way over there and it'd be bad. And I don't have that problem on Zoom. It's just you know what? I probably could eliminate all that inside of here. I probably could eliminate that inside here with the effects. Where is that at? Filters, yes, filters. Edit filters. Alright, let's see if I could do something about that with the filters. Alright. Opacity. Nope, don't want that. Contrast. Nope. I can't remember what that number was. I probably should have remembered that number. Brightness, gamma. Oh, similarity. Made it worse. It took me away. It took me away. I did too much that time. I'm the invisible man. I'm gonna do the stream like this right here. This how I'm gonna do the stream all day. I'll be like this right here. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This how I'm gonna do the stream. Y'all can't see me on the Discord, but I'm looking crazy right now. Let's bring it back. See through. I can see through me. Can y'all see through me? I can't tell. Let's make this big right here. Okay. Let me see right here. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, you kind of see through me a little bit. Let's go here. That's the best you've ever looked. Never mind, it's bad. Okay, let me see. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, I think that's it. Boy, I'm handsome. Stop. Boy, stop. I'm handsome. Oh, too much. I need some more. But I can get that other. Is it over here? Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's gone. Okay. I think that's gonna do it right there. I think that did it. Today was a DR Lovely. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, that what's up. Congratulations, Robinson. He said it was lovely in the DR. Uh, did they manipulate? No, they ain't manipulate today. Price actually, it actually was a trend day to the downside. It actually was a trend day to the downside for the most part, and then it just, I ain't gonna say they did manipulate, cause it was difficult. It was difficult as always, but we'll talk. It was difficult because of the divergence, but then you know there was manipulation, because I can't say it was just a trend day, because it went back and forth. It started out like it was just gonna be a trend day, and then it went back and forth. But let's get the pleasantries out of the way, right? I got the wrong pitch up though. Discord, why y'all didn't tell me I had the wrong pitch up though? Discord, y'all supposed to tell me I had the wrong pitch up though.
I don't see a picture.
Oh, cause I ain't sharing the screen. That's why y'all ain't tell me. That's why y'all ain't tell me. All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. If this is your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, please allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbit, I still want to say welcome, but give you a nice hearty, well, thank you, with the exception of Robinson, for always stopping through and supporting Tim's Tidbits. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. That's just Big Spot if you don't hablo Espanol. Hey, you are in tune to another episode of The Intraday Price Action Recap. What's going on to everybody pulling up, man? Shout out the people that's hanging out in the Discord. Shout out Jim. Shout out Yolanda. Shout out Deborah. Sherwin. What's happening, Sherwin? That's all that matters. Long as Sherwin tapped in, everything is golden. I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. Hey, let me see something. Nope. Nope. Leave it there. Nope. Just leave it there. I ain't gonna mess with it. All right, man. Shout out Here to Learn and Share over there on YouTube. Shout out Empire Tradings over there on YouTube. Shout out the name that we shall not speak over there on YouTube. What's up, Robinson? And whoever else over there. I see more numbers than I see names, but them all the names I'm gonna call, because those are all the names that I see. What up, cuz? What's going on, cuz? Let's get to it, man. Let's talk about price. Let's talk about price, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Discord can see my chart. What's up, 80? What's going on, man? Shout out 80, man. Shout out 80. Let's look at the chart, man. Since it's Friday and I'm ready to play, let's go back and look at the whole week. We're going to look at the whole week on 15-minute candles. Right? We're going to look at the whole week on 15-minute candles. This is the entire week right here. Right there. Everything that's in the screen right now, from left to right. Right? Everything on the screen right now from left to right is the entire week. The entire week. Right? What does this week look like? Right? What does this week look like? Huh? Just tell me, just looking at just this week itself, what does it look like in terms of the concepts that we've learned. Just because we always talk about how price is fractal, right? Do y'all understand what? Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all truly understand what I mean when I say that price is fractal? And what does that mean when you like looking at price? Do you truly understand what I mean? Like just understanding the fractal nature of price. Hmm? Who want to take a stab at it? Hmm? If you know what I mean, put a 1 in the chat or say 1. If you don't know what I mean, don't put nothing in the chat.
I think it means that signatures and patterns that you see on one time frame can be used on other time frames.
Yes, that's true. But like just a little deeper than that. A little deeper than that. What like it should be doing the same thing on all time frames. Yes, that's true. That's true. Right? It should be doing the same thing on all time frames. And then not just on all time frames. Right? Think about it just a little bit farther than that. It's got to do with time, but not just on all time frames. Right? So if you think about it as, okay, the way we talking about it right now, we're talking about top to bottom, bottom to top as far as time. Right? Now think about it in a different way. Right? We should see the concepts play out how? Not just top to bottom. All right. What's another way we should see it play out? And think about what we're looking at on the screen right now. We talk about it all the time. We talk about it all the time.
Power of 3.
No, not the power of 3. Not just one concept, right? Not just one. I'm just talking about the fractal nature of time, right?
Oh.
And we already said we should see it from top down, right? How else should we see it? Right? Think about it. What's the first thing I said when I started moving the chart around? What did I say? I said this was the week, and what did I say about this was the week? We said top down. We said bottom up. What did I say about it? Right? Because when we think about fractal, we only think about it from top down. Okay, not just seeing how we respond to things on the left. You got the left part right. Right? Not just seeing things left to right. Yes. Yes. Price is fractal. So it's going to happen over time. Not just down and up, not down through time. It ain't just fractal down through time. Right? Meaning that you're going to see consolidation, expansion, retracements. You're going to see breakers. You're going to see order blocks. Not just because you're going to see it coming down through time, right? There's a vertical aspect to it, but there's also a horizontal aspect to it that we forget about, right? Right? We forget about the horizontal aspect to it, right? And that's why you hear me talking about, right? You got to understand where we are in the aspect of the delivery, right? Where are we in the aspect of the delivery? Okay? So, with that being said, I ask again, right? What does this week look like? This entire week, right? If you just looked at the chart, right? Just looked at the chart, what does this entire week look like? Right? Somebody take a shot.
It look like the making of a bear.
Don't think that deep. When you just look at it, right? When you just look at this this price, what does it look like?
Price looks like it was consolidating and then suddenly it dropped. Is that?
And what the drop? Expansion. What's the drop? Okay, consolidation and expansion. Exactly. Right? Don't we get real deep. We start trying to think about what's all the fancy terms that I know. Let me see. I see some order blocks. I see a Judas swing. I see Event Horizon. I see Venom. The new one that he done dropped. He dropped it with a voice. Venom. And then I was looking at a video the other day, and he was talking about Gray Pool. I didn't look at, because I heard him say something about Gray Pool a while back in 2024, and I never watched the video, right? Because I was like, I ain't got time to be trying to learn no new setup, right? And then when he was talking about Gray Pool the other day, right? When he was talking about Gray Pool, now, don't quote me on this, and I'm going to go full screen for a second, right? When he was talking about Gray Pool on that video the other day, right? And I don't know all the makings of the Gray Pool setup, but it all was wrapped around an implied fair value gap. Who
I was thinking the same thing.
Thank you, Deborah. It was all he was talking about was implied fair value gap. And he talked about an implied fair value gap. How long ago? That was forever ago. And he said there's another PD array there. It's called the implied fair value gap. And when you got two wicks that overlap, you get the consequent encroachment of those two wicks, and the space between the consequent encroachments is the implied fair value gap. And all he doing is taking the consequent encroachment of the implied fair value gap and calling it Gray Pool. All he doing is looking at an implied fair value, just like you highlight any other fair value gap. All it is, and matter of fact, we talked about an implied fair value gap not too long ago on the channel. I was like, has anybody ever heard of implied fair value gap? Some people like, no. And I broke down what it was. And then when I was looking, I said, come on, man. Now, everybody want to talk about great. Now, do y'all see what I say? I say when ICT give it a fancy new name, it's all the rage in England. Everybody want to try to trade it. That's what I'm talking about right there. Now, because I've been seeing people talk about, oh, that's a Gray Pool. That's a Gray Pool. And I'm like, what in the world is just Gray Pool? You know what I'm saying? And all it is the implied fair value gap. The man talked about that years ago. And now he done gave it a fancy name like Venom. And now everybody want to trade it. Let's call it Gray Poupon. But of course. Hey, what's going on, Karen? Now, Karen, hey, you can't come up. You can't come up in here acting like a Karen now. Which says irritate. It's really not confusing, Karen. It's really not confusing, Karen. If this your first time hanging out with us, welcome. If it ain't your first time, Karen, I jollipies. That's my first time seeing that name. But it's really not confusing. If you really think about it, it's very, very, very simple. It's a lot of things saying the same thing. That's why I don't know if you was in here yet, Karen, right? That's why I said, when we look at this week, what does this week look like, right? Because price is fractal, right? Man, it comes out sometime. Don't let it come out over here. Price is fractal. So when you're looking at price, right, you got to think about, is it Quran? Is it Quran? Okay, I'm going to say it this way first. If it's Quran, put a 1 in the chat. If it's Quran, I don't think that's it. Korean. If it's Korean, no, it ain't Korean. So is it Quran? Because you put a little space in there. Spell it phonetically. Break it down for me like I'm a 2-year-old. All right. So when you're looking at price, you got to think Korean. So it's Korean. Or Korean. Or Korean. Okay. All right. All right, Korean. If it ain't Korean, that's what it's gonna always be to me now. All right. That's okay. I said, cause just like Shonister. I said Shonister the first time, and that's what it is. Yes, close. Don't play with my emotions, Korean. You just said I said it, and then you said yes, close. Like what was that movie? What was that movie when he kept saying the guy name? He was like, no. He said that he was saying the exact same thing. He was like, no, you're saying it, but it's this. But he kept saying, my name is not Susan, so watch what you say. Okay. Squirrel, get back on track, Tim. Hey, so when you're looking at price, you want to think about, all right, what time frame has control of the mic right now? What time frame is speaking, right? Because price is fractal, not only from top to bottom, right? Price. We ain't even gonna talk about either. You say it then, Robinson. You say it. Pull up in the Discord, right? Matter of fact, I thought you were just stopping by for a minute. I thought you were stopping by for a minute and you was get gone. Right? He went to Eli. They lie a lot over there. He went to Eli High. So we're looking at price over the span of time, right? So we've been in like very difficult times. So let's go to a weekly chart for a second, right? Let's go to a weekly chart for a second. And if we expand out, right? If we expand out, now we can see that on the weekly time frame, right? What is the algorithm doing on the weekly time frame? Somebody tell me what the algorithm is doing on a weekly time frame. Don't go quiet.
Looks like it's trending up and efficiently on delivering price.
Yeah, if we go back here, that's exactly what it did. We're trending up, right? And we're efficiently delivering price as we go along. But when we get to right here in December, the beginning of December, right? Once December started, what have we been doing since December started?
We're just consolidating in that same range.
Yep, we've been right here. Right. Since the beginning of December. Right? And what have we been doing? What have we been saying every day since that time? Man, this was a tough day. Man, price was hard to read today. Man, there was a lot of manipulation today. Man, price, we've been like a broken record. Right? We've been like a broken record. Man, price, man. And I say all that to say, right, that you're right. Price has been difficult to read. Because what is the algorithm doing when price is consolidating?
Generating liquidity.
Exactly. Yep. Trash. You might say it's been big trash. Might have been said it's that trash over in France, that garbage. Right? You could, So I'm saying all this to say you're not wrong. Right? You're not wrong to say that, hey, these have been difficult markets. Because when the market is not trending on the higher time frame, right? If it's just consolidating on the higher time frame, right? What will consolidation create? Right? What does it mean to consolidate? Somebody tell me what it means to consolidate. Stacks on stacks on stacks. What does it mean to consolidate? If you got to cheat and look at your notes from the slides, cheat and look at your notes from the slides. Somebody tell me, what does it mean to consolidate? What does consolidating mean? Give me something more than just a one-word range. What does it mean? Tell me something, break it down for me like I was 5 years old. Give me something more descriptive. Range, move sideways. Let me know. Tell me, what does it mean? All right. Let's go over here and find some notes. Where's week 1? Where's common terms? Boot camp lingo, common terms. Right? Move up and down in a range. Candles. Consolidation. Right? Consolidation. Can y'all see that pretty good? I'm blowing it up big for people who got who have seasoned eyes. Consolidation. When price, y'all hold on for a second. Somebody with some fancy reading skills, read that for me. Okay. Okay then. I'm sorry, my wife has sent me a text.
When price trades inside a clear trading range and shows no willingness to move higher or lower.
Very good. Right. Lorraine said, she typed out when price trades inside a clear trading range, and this is the main part right here, right? And shows no willingness to move higher or lower, right? That's the main piece of it, right? Prices trading in a clear range. You can see, you can almost guess the top and bottom when it's gonna turn around, because it's been in that range so long, right? It's been in that range so long that you like, okay, we probably gonna turn around right here again. We're gonna turn around right here again, right? And then the bigger the range is, right? Now mind you, the bigger the range is, the more difficult it is going to be to trade it, because it'll suck you into thinking you're about to get this huge move, right? And then it just stops on you, may stop right before it hits your target and turn around on you, right? So if consolidation is the market staying in a clear range and ain't showing no willingness to move outside of that range, right? And we said that consolidation is the algorithm just engineering liquidity. Okay. Guess how it's engineering that liquidity? Right? It's engineering that liquidity because, right, it's letting stops accumulate above and below the market. And it's also wiping people out inside the range, right? So it's just wiping people out inside the range, and it's efficiently delivering this price range here. Okay, so that's why Michael teaches, right? You can trade inside this right here, but he teaches to wait for the market to tip its hand, right? Wait for the market to tip its hand on what it wants to do. You see what I'm saying? Wait for it to tip its hand on what it wants to do, right? And when you're inside a clear range, right, on a certain time frame, right? You don't want to be trying to make no trading decisions that's based off of this time frame, because right now this time frame is just engineering liquidity, so it's not giving you anything. And I'm saying that to say that if you are a swing trader or somebody who buys leaps or somebody who buy quarterly options, right? Right now, I ain't gonna say right now at the time, right? You need to have a vetted strategy on when you want to buy, right? And if you're trading the ICT strategy, right now is not the time to be buying leaps based off of what you see happening on this weekly chart, right? Because you don't want to just buy it because we've come to the lower end of this range. You don't want to buy just because we've come to possibly a discount, right? And let's just see if we even came to a discount, right? Right? We haven't even reached a discount of the overall range, right? We're very close to equilibrium of the overall range, right? And if we go from that same thing, if we go to the lowest low and the highest high of like the last little piece of price there, we still ain't even at equilibrium, right? So all we did was draw back toward equilibrium of the range. And we did the majority of that move today, right? The majority of that move back to equilibrium, back toward equilibrium, was today. Okay? It was today. Now, looking at this weekly chart, right? Deborah started off saying we're trending upwards, okay? We had this huge down week, right? From the close of last week to the close of this week, it was 2.5% down, right? Had a 2.5% down week, okay? 2.5% down from the close of last week to the close of this week, okay? Is looking at this weekly chart, is the buy program still intact on the weekly chart? So today I was right to sit and wait. I froze today. I had my charts marked up. I couldn't get it clear. I could clear see price going down and I froze. Oh no, you didn't wasn't nothing wrong with that, because I talked about that when I first came on. It was difficult, right? It appears to just be a trend day to the downside, but when price started moving in the morning, it moved, and then it stopped and it started going into that let me take your money. It went into that let me take your money. It was like, am I going back up? Am I going down? Am I going back up? Am I going down? Am I going back up? Am I going down? It went into that take your money phase, right? It went into that, oh, I got you chasing it, I'm finna take your money phase, right? That's all it did. So you was right. You was right just to sit and wait, because a furu will tell you, oh, this was a beautiful trend day to the downside. You could have did this, right? But if today didn't align with your model, if you didn't feel comfortable with what price was doing today, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad at all, right? Matter of fact, me and the Diamond members, we walked through price today, right? And we walked through how there was divergence. The Dow was heavy. The NQ had been looking bullish all night, right? So we sat back and we waited to see if the NQ was going to play Six Sister, right? And it did. It played Six Sister. But by the time it got to a point where I personally would trade, the move had expired. it hadn't got into I'll take your money phase. By the time it got outside of the window where I want to let price do what it want, show me what it want to do, right? It hadn't done the move. We walked through it. We talked about it. We saw everything that was about to happen, right? But if it was a day that I was trading, it would have been outside. It happened during the time when I'm letting price show me what it want to do. Right? So it's going to be times when you can see clearly what price is going to do, but it may not align with your model. It may not align with what you're anticipating doing that day. And you know what I'm saying? Don't never let nobody make you feel like, oh, you're wrong. Because a lot of people like to take shots at folks that trade ICT concepts and be like, oh, the problem with ICT traders, they think they got to wait for the only one setup, or they think they got to wait for the perfect day, or they think they got to wait for the... No, you're waiting for your system to play out. Everybody has a system. Just like if you go to somebody else's channel, you know what I'm saying, and not to take shots at nobody, but Patrick Whelan, one of the people who got the most, you know what I'm saying, stuff to say about trading ICT concepts. But if you go to his channel, right, if his system ain't playing out, he ain't pushing no button. He ain't pushing no button at all. If his 15-minute range, or if his pivot points, or of his VWAP, whatever he trade, if it ain't playing out, his bull flag, bear flag, if he ain't getting the setup he see, he ain't pushing no button. He just sitting there like listening to music, waiting for it to play out. That's the same thing everybody else doing. They're sitting there waiting for your system to play out. Right? On larger time frame, it looks smooth and trending down, but finding holding on entry wasn't simple. Yeah. If you got a good entry, you know what I'm saying? If you got a good entry early, you probably got an amazing move, right? But if you got a good entry a little bit later, you had to hold through some mess. It wasn't an easy hold. It wasn't an easy hold. If you got a good entry later, it wasn't an easy hold. And if you got a bad entry later, you got your head bust. You got your head bust. If you got a bad entry later, you got towed up. All right. You probably even thought we was going to reverse and go back up. All right. If you got a bad entry later, you got your head bust. Okay. Did anybody answer this right here? Nobody answered this. Why ain't nobody answer me? Is the buy program still intact? Looking at this weekly chart.
Yes, it's still intact. We haven't taken out a significant low yet, so we still in the buy program until
yes. Very good. Very good. I'm sorry, y'all. I have been giving y'all pulling up with the hard hitting answers. Right? The buy program's still intact on the weekly. Right? It's still intact on the weekly. And if you say, oh Tim, if the buy program's still intact, then why are you saying don't just buy it just because we came into a discount? Because look at what we say. We've been consolidating since the beginning of December, right? Imagine this right here. Karen said maybe. Empire Trade said no. Right? Karen, I respect the maybe. Empire Trades, why you say no? Because based off the concepts, the buy program is still intact for me. But why you say no? Explain. Explain why you say no. Let's have a discussion. Why do you say no? And why you typing that out? What was I about to say? Oh yeah. Why don't you just buy when you come to a discount of the range? Tim, you say buying a discount, selling the premium. Okay? So if it comes to the discount of the range and you buy a leap, right? Let's just say, right, when price expanded up here, okay, and then when it pulled back, you just bought soon as we hit this fair value gap right here. you know how we talk about you have different entry methods, right? And of course, hindsight is 2020 vision, but I'm just using this as an example to explain why I trade the way I trade when I look for like additional confirmation. Okay, so coming into right over here with the week of December 16th, as price traded back down, right? Let's just say you bought off this fair value gap, right? That you bought some leaps off this fair value gap, right? This is December 2024, and let's just say you bought some January 2026 leaps, right? Because you went a year out, just a little over a year out. You bought some January 2026 leaps, okay? Now, coming from here, all right? You bought it when you was here, and now we've done all this right here, and now we're almost right back where you bought it at. Do you think your leaps are worth the same thing now as they were when you paid for it? Let's see what it is. You bought here on this candle right there, right? That week there you bought. Soon as it touched here, so you went red, right? Maybe came back green, went red again, maybe came back green, right? While you down here, you know you're red, maybe came back green here. I'll give you a little green there because that's up a little ways, right? Went red again, maybe came back green. I'll give you some green there because that's up 4%. And then now it's right there, right? Now the where it's at, it's the price of the index is only 0.1% higher than when you bought your leap, right? No, exactly. What you paid back then, you're still red. You're red right now, right? You're definitely red now. That's why I said here you may have came back green when it pushed way up here, right? But you ended red. Over here you was red. Here you may have went back green because that's a nice little move up, like a 4% move up. But you're definitely red again here. Okay? So think about this, right? Right now, you're red. Okay? But think about if you would have waited for some more confirmation before buying, right? Before just buying, just because it came back down to a discount and you was like, hey, I'm trading off this fair value gap, I'm a buy. Now your capital has been tied up. Your capital has been tied up for 9 weeks now, 64 calendar days, but 9 weeks, right? Your capital has been tied up for 9 weeks. 9 weeks is a long time. All right, 9 weeks is a long time. That's over 2 months. All right, Empire Trade said, looks like a bull trap up here. More downside in my opinion. Just because it's more downside don't mean that the buy program is not intact. Retracements are a part of a buy program. Retracements are a part of a sell program. Also on ES, it made an all-time high, took out liquidity. NQ has not. Divergence. Again, a buy. Do you understand what a buy program is? Empire Trading. From what you're saying, it's clear that you don't really understand what a buy program is, right? You don't understand what a buy program is. So in the spirit of fairness, I'll just say yes, the buy program is still intact. Right? The buy program is still intact. Okay, so your money would still be tied up for nothing because you would be red. But if you say yes, you understand what a buy program? No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't understand what a buy program is if you said the buy program is not still intact. You don't understand what a buy program is if you're not still intact. Now, a buy program doesn't mean that you have to be buying right now. A buy program doesn't mean that you have to be bullish in the short term. A buy program means that the market is still respecting discount PD arrays, respecting down close candles, respecting lows and pushing through highs. It just means that it's still respecting like bullishness. But retracements and consolidation is a part of trading. All right. The market delivers in two ways. Gang. Somebody tell me the two different ways the market delivers. Right? Somebody give me the two different ways price moves. Right? Not up, down, side to side. Come on, somebody tell me. It's only two different ways price gonna deliver. Somebody give it to me. Don't sit there quiet. Don't embarrass me out here. I'll give you a clue. Yolanda, where you at? Deborah, where you at? There you go.
And curd.
There you go. Consolidate, curd. Consolidation, expansion, retracement, deliver. Right? Surd or curd, as some people say. Y'all hold on. My mama FaceTiming me. This is not normal. Y'all hold on for a second. What's up, Pumpkin? Yes, I'm on live. What's up, baby?
Hey, live people. Listen.
My mama said, hey, live people.
One time my grandson,
Hey, mama.
Hey, mama.
Oh, she can't. Hold on. Say it again. She couldn't hear y'all. Say it again.
Hey, mama.
Oh, wait a
Hey,
minute. I got to
mama.
turn my speaker on. I'm sorry. Now y'all say it again.
Hey, mama.
Hey, mama.
Hey there.
It's going to be at 3.
3 o'clock at the fellowship hall.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, if I did hear she say she'll come, you need to tell Erica and Phil.
Well, mama, they stay with you. Go ahead and tell them.
Erica ain't here right now. So,
Okay. I'll send her a text.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. All right, then. Love you.
Love you too.
I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So, consolidation. Am I unmuted? Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Check,
we can
check,
hear
check.
you.
All right. So, consolidation, expansion, retracement, and deliver. Consolidation, expansion, reversal, retracement, and deliver. All right. So, inside every buy program, inside every sell program, this is happening over and over and over and over. This is the top-down nature of fractal price, and this is the left-to-right fractal price. Remember when we first started out on the weekly chart, on the 15-minute chart, and we was looking at this week, and I said, what does this week look like? Right? I said, what does this week look like? Right? This entire week itself, if you just look at the week, it looks like consolidation and expansion. Right? Consolidation and expansion. So, if you shrink it up more, right? If you shrink it up more, no matter how far you go back, right? You can see this happening, right? You can see it happening over and over and over and over and over. And then if you look at it in a huge way, even though you got a lot going on, but if you look at it in a huge way, right, you can see here we went down, right, and now we went back up, and now we're coming back down, right? In between all of this right here, if we look at price and smooth it out, right, we had a high right here, right? We came down, right? Then we went back above that high, and now we're retracing back down, right? Retracing back down. And what is this right here that we have there? That's a weekly fair value gap. I wasn't even paying that no attention, right? I ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't paying that no attention until I just drew that out like that, right? I just drew that out like that. And look at there, all right? What is that? That's that weekly fair value gap right there. Okay, right there. Looking at this weekly chart, that's a weekly fair value gap right there that we've been consolidating. We came down, consolidated on the high end of it for 3 weeks, right? Went down below a week, dropped down below it. Then we came right back above consequent encroachment, right? Stayed above it for 2 more weeks, right? Dropped down below it again and closed right back above it. Then the next week we stayed above it again. So we've just been sitting, flirting with consequent encroachment of this weekly fair value gap right there. I never even paid that no attention. Right? I ain't gonna hold you. I forgot that I even had that on the chart. I forgot I even had that on the chart. Right? And you know why I forgot I had it on the chart? Because where price was, it was down out of the frame. I couldn't even see it. When we were looking at price, like this here, right? We're looking at price like this right here. See, it was out of the frame. Right? It was out of the frame. And then what I may have, like if I turned my stuff on and off, it might have popped in, but it was out of the frame. I didn't even remember that I had that on there. Okay, so let's go back. All right, so like we said, looking at it right here, right? Looking at it right here, we said we are just in this big consolidation, right? We're just in this big consolidation where the market is engineering liquidity, all right? We said that the buy program is still intact because it is. The buy program is still intact, okay? Now, somebody tell me, right, for where am I going? Let's go. Yeah, they need all of that. All right. Somebody tell me, looking at this weekly chart, okay, looking at this weekly chart, and when we look at it in the overall sense of everything that price has done, when we're looking at it in the overall arching sense of everything price has done, right? We're looking, matter of fact, let's go to the continuous contract so that we can get a better picture of it. All right. Looking at the continuous contract, we get a better picture of it, right? These are weekly candles. Okay. Now, see we can see it a lot clearer now. What Deborah was talking about. Remember in the beginning, Deborah said we're trending up, right? We're trending up, right? Looking at it in the overall arching sense of everything that it has done, right? We're trending up. Okay. The market is predisposed to go up. We all know that. We all understand that. We all know that. It's predisposed to go up. But then when we look at the market in the near to short term, in the near term, we'll call it, right? We've been in a consolidation. Right? We've been in a consolidation, but nothing has happened to invalidate the buy program. Nothing has happened to change the bias in the near term to bearish. Nothing has happened. in the very, very short term of this week, it was bearish, right? And I say very, very short term, it was bearish because the last 2 weeks, it was bullish. You see what I'm saying? On the weekly, intra-week basis, right? So in the very, very short term, we had a bearish week, right? But in the near term, we're just consolidating. So nothing has happened to invalidate the buy program, right? And I'm going into depth on this because I'm pretty sure it's other people on here, not just Empire Tradings, who really don't understand what the buy program and sell program is. Okay, so somebody tell me, right? Somebody tell me on a weekly basis, right? If we came down here, took out this low, right? And then closed the week right here, right? Let's just say we made open there. Let's just say we made a red candle like that right there. We come down here and take out that low. Let's do this right here. Let's give them a little bit more. Give them a little bit more. Right. Let's say next week we made a candle like that right there. Right. Is the buy program still intact? You also drew what looks like a bear flag. Michael teaches all about false bear flags and false bull flags. If December to January was a sell program, then January to February switched to a buy program. What made January and February a sell program? It never switched on the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame never switched. The weekly time frame, the buy program never switched. You got to think about when you're talking about prices fractal, right? Right. If it didn't take out any lows, right? It never switched to a sell program. It never switched to a sell program, right? Right. So if we take out, even if we come down here and take out this low right here, right, and close right there, the buy program is still intact, right? But we talked about it switched to a buy. What time frame were we talking about? What time frame were we talking about? Were we talking about a 60-minute time frame? Right? Exactly. A liquidity sweep. Still a buy program. But it's just sweeping liquidity. Liquidity is the rocket fuel for the algorithm. The market seeks liquidity and balance. It will always seek to take out liquidity, and it will always seek balance. Right? It wants to be efficiently delivered throughout price. And the way it works is that it engineers liquidity, and then it moves away from it, and then it attacks it. Right? And what we get caught up at, what is a market structure change? Right? So for this weekly time frame, right? For this weekly time frame here, okay, if you were to come down and take out this low right here, right, that would give you a bearish breaking market structure. If you took out that low right there, that would give you a bearish breaking market structure. Right? But that doesn't mean that you're automatically going to keep going down. What you would want to find out is on your monthly time frame, was that warranted? Right? Was a retracement below that low warranted on the monthly time frame? Okay. And if we look here on the monthly time frame, now let's get all this scribble scrabble out of the way. All right? I deleted everything. Okay. That's the low. I said if we trade down there on the weekly, that'll give you a breaking market structure, right? But on the monthly, what do we have there? What do we have there on the monthly? Remember what we said about the buy program and the sell program? When we said about the buy program and the sell program, it don't matter if it goes there. That still don't invalidate the buy program or sell program. Just because it goes down doesn't change the fact that it's still in the buy program. Remember what we said. Price will consolidate, expand, retrace, and deliver, and it will consolidate, expand, reverse, retrace, and deliver. Right? These are the only two ways price is going to move. It's going to deliver, should I say. It's the only way price is going to deliver. Okay? So looking at price on a monthly chart, right? We came here, right there. We consolidated, we expand, we retraced, we consolidated. We expanded, right? Boom, that's the delivery, right? Consolidate, expand, retrace. We got above that high right there, delivered. Once we got above that high, where do we deliver? Above and below, above highs and below lows, right? So once we delivered here, what do we start to do? We start to consolidate again, right? We started consolidating, right? Started pushing up there, like we was getting ready to expand, started consolidating again, right? We had a deep retracement during that time, right? But we started consolidating again. So we consolidated, act like we was going to go somewhere, consolidated some more, right? Act like we're going somewhere, consolidated some more, right? So we're stair-stepping up. This little expansion right here, we're just stair-stepping up, right? Now, overall, if you smooth it out, right? Once we consolidate it here, overall, it's just a slow expansion up. If you smooth it out. Now, if you got a consolidation and expansion, right? If we come back down and take out that weekly low, right there, right? What are we doing? What are we doing? If we come back down and take out that weekly low right there, what are we doing on this monthly time frame? Somebody tell me what we're doing. If we come down there and take out that weekly low right there, that I said we can come down and take that low out. That'll give you a weekly break in market structure, but that doesn't mean that we're just going to die, right? If the higher time frame warrants coming back to that point, offering discount, exactly. If the higher time frame warrants coming back to that point, right? So in the case of the buy program on the monthly, right, we've had a consolidation and an expansion, right? If it expands, where would you most likely want price to come back to give you an opportunity? At least to equilibrium, preferably in a discount, right? To give you an opportunity to participate. So this monthly buy program, right, would still be intact if we came down and took out that weekly low that would offer a weekly break-in market structure, right? So what do I always say? Anytime a higher time frame warrants us to come to a premium or a discount, anticipate, let's draw this out, right? The monthly comes to a discount, right? Just a slight discount. I'm not even going to a deep discount. Slight discount. Now when I go to the weekly, right? What did that give us? Expect a break-in market structure on the lower time frame. That break-in market structure doesn't automatically mean, oh, we're bearish, we're going down, right? So the weekly could actually switch to a sell program, which it hasn't done yet. It can actually switch to a sell program, right? Without changing the overall narrative of the market still being bullish, right? That's how you learn to play the different directions of trading against the grain and with the grain. That's how you learn how to say, okay, just like Empire Trader says, right? This is where the market could draw to. If you got algorithmic proof that the market is drawing to here, you could play puts down to there. You could sell in futures down to there. If you got algorithm proof backing up that price wants to go there, right? But it doesn't negate that the monthly is still in the buy program, right? And then once the weekly gives you, like, and actually this would be your break-in market structure, but once the weekly, right, comes down and starts to displace down, right, that's when you get into that little funny area of, okay, now I need to see if this lower time frame is going to start to influence, right? It's going to start to influence the higher time frame to switch, right? That's when, and you get into that where you want to say, was there a reason for the market to come down here, right? Was it a reason for the market to come down here? Boot camp. Who was on boot camp? Yolanda. Jim, was you? No, Jim, no. Not boot camp. Diamond. Yolanda. I think you was on here this morning, right? You was on here this morning. Do you remember this morning when we were watching price, right? We were watching price and it was, let me see here. I want to say it had started dropping, right? Price had started dropping. That's 10:30. Okay. Let's just come here because I know we were still on here, right? Price had started dropping, and we were talking about the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 15 minute were in a sale program, right? And the 60 minute was still in the buy program. We was like printing, like we was inside this 9, like that's the 10 o'clock candle right there. Right. So we was printing this 9 o'clock candle right here, right? And we was like the 60 minute and the 4 hour were still in the buy program, right? And then when we came over here to the 60 minute, right, we pointed out that there was a bullish fair value gap there that warranted the 60 minute coming down there, right? And then we looked at the 4 hour, right? We looked at the 4 hour and we said, what did we say about the 4 hour? We said that what? What did we say about the 4 hour? Do you remember?
We said as far as the 4 hour, there was nothing for it to really come down to.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing to come down to besides that sell side down there. There was no reason. There was no reason for the 4 hour to be coming down here, right? So since there was no reason for the 4 hour to be coming down here, that's when, because remember it was like the 1 minute in a sale program, 15-minute, 5-minute, all these in sale programs. And then we said, okay, now the 60-minute, once we came down here and we hit this fair value gap and start to push back up, we said the 60-minute is starting to show like we got a break in market structure. That doesn't mean we're going down, but we're starting to show weakness because the 4 hour does not have any reason to be coming down here. Right? There's no 4 hour imbalance below this 60-minute PD array. So now that we've come to this 60-minute PD array, if price really is bullish, it need to get gone. But if it keeps showing weakness, the 4 hour ain't got nothing down here but that liquidity. So this is how you start to figure out, is this lower time frame about to influence the higher time frame to keep going? Because if the higher time frame ain't got no reason for coming down here, right, then it starts to play out on the smaller time frames. This how you learn how to get better entries, because you say, okay, the higher time frame ain't got nothing to go to but liquidity. So, like with Empire Trades, he said that the market can, that's where it's possibly gonna go to, right? So what you do is, let's go find that low that we talked about. We said that price, right? If we took out, Vit already got it marked out. If we took out that low right there, right, that'll give us a break in market structure, right? Now, if we take out this low right here, if we take out that low right there, and the way I look at it, this is just a shift in sentiment, right? This is just a shift in sentiment if we take out that low right there, right? Because as we was going up here, we didn't take out that high. So if we come back down and take out that low, right, that's going to give us, that's just going to give us a mitigation block right there. It's not going to give us a breaker. We didn't take out that high. But if we take out this low right here came up and took out buy side liquidity, right? This is the move that took out the buy side liquidity. So coming back down there would give you a bearish break in market structure, right? You're switching from a buy program to a sell program, okay? But that doesn't mean you're going to go down, because if the higher time frame warrants coming down there, then it could. So now, that low right there, that's the low that we said would be a break in market structure, right? So if we got a lot of stuff to draw to, like come through going down there, but we want to pay attention to what is the higher time frame doing, right? Is there a reason for the market to come down to that low right there? Okay, now that low right there is just above a discount of the entire range, right? Our entire range, that low right there is just below, just above discount, just above equilibrium. Okay. Now, if we look at price in terms of leaving a balanced price range, right? So we left this balanced price range right there. All right. So if we look at it in a sense of that, right? If we come to the lowest low of leaving that balanced price range, right? Right now on the monthly time frame, we're already in a discount, right? If on the monthly time frame the algorithm is truly done with this balanced price range, you don't want to see it digging back down into that balanced price range, right? You don't want to see it digging back down into that balanced price range, okay? But does it have a reason to come down there, right? Yes, it does, right? Right? We got down close candles right here, right? So price could come all the way down, revisit this order block right there, sweep this liquidity on a monthly basis, and still close respecting that order block there, right? Okay, see here, we didn't even get to mean threshold of the order block on this monthly candle right there, right? And then this monthly candle that we're in right now, right, we're still showing bullishness, not showing a true desire to get all the way down there. Right? We took out the prior month's high. Right? We took out the prior month's high, still showing a desire to go up. Right? We had a retracement here. We went up, we took out highs, retraced back down, swept out sell side liquidity. Then we went back up, taking out the buy side liquidity. We took out December's low, right, on January, and then February we took out January's high. Right? So we came down, took out liquidity, pushed up, took out liquidity there. Right? So the monthly is right now is not showing a willingness to go there. Right? It's not showing a willingness to go there. But does it have a reason that it could possibly go there? Yes, it does. Right? Yes, it does. So if we were to go there on the weekly time frame, that's not out of the question. That's not, hey, why are we going down here? Okay, we're going to attack some liquidity down there. No, we got a reason that it could come down there. All right? So that's the first thing you want to understand, right, when you're looking at your time frames, right? And then now looking at the weekly time frame, right? Now you look to see what has the weekly done anything to make me think it's going to go up or down. No, it hasn't. It hasn't given you anything to say it's going to go up or down because we're just consolidating, right? We're just consolidating, okay? Right here was the only time it gave an indication of wanting to do something, right? That we got some displacement with right here. So now we got a weekly fair value gap right there, right? And that's the one, matter of fact, that's the one that we had marked out. I forgot we even had on there. Is that it? No, that's a different one. Oh, that's a no, what is that? Oh, that's my daily. Oh, this the continuous chart. I'm on the continuous chart. I ain't got my trade with my stuff over here, but all right. So if we look here, we had displacement, right? And we got a weekly fair value gap there. Is there a difference in these prices? Yes, it is. It's moving, right? So we got a weekly fair value gap right there. Okay. So right now, what is this right here? At this point in time, right? At this point in time right here, what kind of fair value gap is this?
Inversion.
Nope. Try again.
No. Reclaimed.
Reclaimed. Right? At right here, right? At this candle right here, we created an inversion fair value gap. Right? Once you create an inversion fair value gap, if you create an inversion bullish fair value gap, and we're below it now, right? Right here, we created it and we're below it. If price was truly bearish, what should this have done?
Stopped it.
Should have
stopped price from going up.
Yep. This week here, we should have hit this and started coming toward that low right there. Because if price does this, then it should do that. Right? Everybody follow me? Right? Because we went up, created a fair value gap, then we came down and made an inversion fair value gap. So if price does this, meaning creating that inversion fair value gap, if it's truly bearish, then it should do that. Drawn toward the sell side. But it didn't. Right? It immediately closed back above consequent encroachment. Then the next week closed above it. And then the next week after that, where do we close? Above consequent encroachment. We talked about this fair value gap already. We closed above consequent encroachment. The next week, what do? We closed above consequent encroachment. The next week, what do? We closed above the fair value gap, taking out that buy side right there. Right? Closed above the fair value gap, taking out that buy side. And then this week here, we closed above the fair value gap. Okay? So right now, it's still not showing a willingness to get there. But it's not showing a willingness to take off. Right? But it's still giving subtle clues that it wants to go up, but it hasn't shown any desire to leave a clear, defined range. Question for later. We are very close to January opening range. Opening price first. It is the first trade of the year. Any clue from that we can use? We are very close to January opening price. It is the first trade of the year. Any clue for that we can use? No. I don't have any. I don't have any. Michael has never taught anything based off of January 1st. He's never taught anything based off of, the first trading day of the year. So as far as ICT concepts, there's nothing that I've ever been taught dealing with January 1st as far as using the ICT concepts. All right. There is other stuff that's taught out there as far as quarterly theory that you can go down the rabbit hole and check out. But as far as the ICT concepts, there's nothing algorithmic that he's ever taught dealing with January 1st price or the first trading price of January. So we're not showing any clear indication of wanting to leave this range, but it's giving subtle clues to hey Tim, did you include the wick on the left side of the biscuit? I thought it was drawn wick to wick. If there's a volume imbalance, there and the wick doesn't exceed consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, then you include the volume imbalance. Right? And then like up here, I didn't include this one because if I go there, well, you can include that one too because it don't exceed consequent encroachment. I was trying to eyeball it, and I thought that wick was going to go past consequent encroachment, but I was wrong. So if you got a volume imbalance on either side of the fair value gap, that's the entire imbalance. As long as the wick doesn't go down past consequent encroachment or up past consequent encroachment, right? You include the volume imbalance. Right? You include the volume imbalance. Right? So that's the entire imbalance there, including the volume imbalance, and this is just the fair value gap. Right? That's just the fair value gap there. Okay? And this is the entire imbalance. Right? That's the entire imbalance. Right? That's how he teaches it right there. Right? That's how he teaches. So in this case right here, we traded back down. We actually didn't close outside of the fair value gap. We closed above consequent encroachment on this week right here. What we just did here. Right? Closed inside consequent encroachment. So we see right here, now that I've drawn the imbalance right, that equilibrium of the range is really right there at consequent encroachment of that fair value gap. Right? Because that's roughly in the middle of the range right there. If you go body to body, right, highest body to the lowest body, it falls right. That you see is y'all probably can't see it, but it's right on that dotted line. Right, exactly. It's right on that dotted line, the clear range of it. And then if you go from the high to the low, right, it's just a little bit, a little bit off, like a little bit, different. But body to body, when you look at the bulk of the trading volume, if you will, is right at consequent encroachment of the entire efficiency. And then if you go wick to wick, right, it's just a little bit off, but close enough for government work. All right. So, but we've just been working this this imbalance, but it's giving slight subtle clues that it does want to continue going up, right? But it's being withheld inside this range, right? It's being held with inside this range because when we got this inversion fair value gap right here on this candle right there, right? If price truly was bearish going down to that sell side, then we should have, the next week, we should have hit it and went down. It should have been used as resistance, right? We came back up, closed right there at consequent encroachment, opened up the next week, closed above consequent encroachment, right? Now, we've offered buy side, we've offered sell side, and we've gone all the way back to the top of it, right? So you offer buy side, sell side, and then if you go all the way back to the top, and right here, we actually started to leave it, right? So as we started to leave it here, if price was truly bearish, right? Once you offer buy side, sell side, right? And then once you have an imbalance, a buy side imbalance, right? Once you offer a sell side delivery, right? This throwback ICT now, if you go back to the top of that imbalance and then leave that imbalance, that's now a balanced price range, right? Because you have the buy side delivery, you got the sell side delivery, right? Then you go all the way to the top of it and leave it. We started leaving it here. That's now a balanced price range. So price should just continue down. But we left it and came back, right? And then not only did we leave it and come back, we gapped all the way outside of it the next week, right? Look at that huge gap down because we closed here, gapped all the way outside of it, right? After going to the top, but we did not come back down to the sell side. Okay. Then the next week we go up and we take out buy side. Okay. And we close up here with the possibility of creating a fair value gap that big. And then this week we trade back down, closing above consequent encroachment right there and closing respecting this order block over here. Right? We got a bunch of down, we got a down close candle here, we got a down close candle here, a sequence of down close candles, got a down close candle there, right? So when you consolidate and you're leaving, right, you're looking for the candle at or near equilibrium. This is the last one. So me personally, I put the emphasis on that one, but this is the beefiest set of candles that you got. You got two consecutive down close candles, right? Michael puts the weight on the beefiest. And if you look at how we moved, we came down, and this is where we went the lowest here. See, we, what did I do? Right, when we came down here, right, and then we started going back up, right, there's your order block, right, on the downside of the move, right? This right here is a part of the upside of the move, okay? So we coming in and we're respecting mean threshold of the order block, right? So these are little subtle clues, right? These are little subtle clues that it's given that it wants to keep going up, but it's not tipping its hand as to what it want to do. And you don't want to jump the gun because, like I said, we've been, I got a one-on-one in 18 minutes, 17 minutes, right? You don't want to jump the gun because we've been consolidating here ever since the beginning of December, right? We've just been consolidating in this area ever since the beginning of ever since the beginning of December. We've just been consolidating that area. So you don't want to try to predict what the market is going to do on a long-term basis. I started all that at the beginning talking about looking at the time frame that you're watching, right, and not trying to predict what it's going to do. And this is why I like to get the confirmation. Now, like I said, if you bought off of this fair value gap and you bought leaps, you're now in the red. You're now in the red if you bought leaps back here, right? If you bought leaps back there, you're now in the red. Okay, let's check it out and see. We don't want to just guess. We don't want to just guess. Let's go and look to see if you're actually in the red or not. Because right now we're just speculating. And I don't like to speculate. I don't like to speculate. And then it probably not gonna give me what I want. I ain't been on bar chart in so long. Let me see if I can remember how to get here. Option prices. All right. So, um, $20.27, January 2026. That's what I said, right? Yeah, I said January 2026. So January 2026, and then let's look at the date. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to get. Yeah, they can I look at it on a chart. Let me see. Let's look at some. Let's see if I can find it on the chart.
Hit that links button.
All right, let me. I think I got to get a. I think I got to get a strike price for what I'm trying to do. You said this over here. Yeah, I got to pick a strike price. I got to pick a strike price.
Yeah, so hit that. Once you pick that strike, you hit that links button. I think it'll bring up that chart, okay. Like those 3 dots over there.
Yeah. But I think I got to get a strike price. So, what was that? That was So, we said here if we traded in here, this is December 16th. December 16th. And then, okay, this the 16th, so it would have been the 18th when it traded down into it. So on December 18th, for the QQQ, that's fair. December 18th. Okay. So, it was right at the same place. So we just gonna say 525 gonna be the strike price, cause that's where you know what I'm saying. We said it was right around the same area, so we gonna say 525 was the strike price, cause we closing right at where we was at, right? So this is the area there. Like we go to the weekly chart, right? It on the NQ, it was like a fair value gap up in here somewhere, right in that area there that we was watching, and so we was buying it based off that. So it would have been in post say 525, and then right there it closed at 526, because we was like we right around the same area. So we just gonna pick 525 as the strike price, because that's where it would have been, and we just buying at the money. We weren't buying out the money or nothing like that. We just buying at the money, okay? Because we ain't gonna put all that extra headache into it. All right, so 525. They don't even have one, so we gonna just go with 530. We'll go with 530 because they don't have a 525 over here. All right, links, options chart, interactive chart. Which one is it? Let's see. Options chart.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
All right. So, okay, where's the date?
And if you want, switch it to candles up there, and you can see it a little better. Oh, yeah, I think it'll let you see under the next to 6 months, and you can switch from those bars to candles if you want. Go over, yeah.
Candles. Man, they got a million different candles. Open, high, low, close. Maybe. No, that wasn't it. Oh, them bars. Okay. What's the difference in the... What's the difference in these two? What's the difference between close to open and open to close? I don't know. Okay, so let's see, December 18th, right here. So on December 18th, right, the lowest price, the lowest price was $50, and the highest price was 61. So if you bought it as soon as the market opened, you paid up here around 60 some dollars, right? You pay because when you look at it, it was a down date. So this is when it opened, right? So if you bought it right around the time the market opened, right, you paid, let's just say $60. We're not gonna say you paid the top of 63, right? And we're not gonna make it beautiful and say you picked the absolute bottom and paid 50, right? So you paid, and then today, you see what the price is today, right? So there's proof of what we said. And see all these times when I said you may have gone green, right here, you never went green. If you paid $60, you never went green. You've been red the entire time. See that? Because here's the 60, and here's all the price action for that strike price throughout time. And all them times when I was like, you may have went green here, you may have gone green there, here's proof right here that you never went green if you paid anywhere between $58 and $60 for that. And 9 times out of 10, if you bought it early in the day, right, because if you bought it as soon as it traded down to there, you bought it early in the day, right? And so you never went green. So we just got the picturesque proof that you don't need nothing but the price action to tell you what's going on in the market. Because everything we said about buying that at that time and where you are today, here's the picture of proof that what we said was absolutely true. You would be red right now and pissed off that you didn't wait. Right? You would be down $12 right now. $12 per contract. Pissed. Hey man, I don't know what all I was about to get into. I can't remember. I kind of went to the left because y'all know when I start getting into teaching mode, I want to make sure it's clear. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure it's clear because a lot of people talk about these concepts, but they make it very vague and they keep it secretive because they want you to join their $5,000 mentorship to get all the secrets, which really ain't no secrets. All they do is just like show you one thing to do over and over and make you a robot, and you don't really understand why you pushing the button and you get your head bust. Because they probably understand why you put it. They be like, oh, but if you pay me this amount, I can teach you a new strategy. That ain't how we do over here. Right? All right, so what I was about to say. I don't know, man. I got a one-on-one in like 7 minutes, so I got to get out of here. Do anybody got anything for me that we can answer in less than 5 minutes?
Yeah, I woke up late and I came in when my old girl was on the line. Can you recap everything you did before she got on there?
Yes. Price consolidated, and if you would have bought back in December, you would be red.
Okay.
That's it.
You good. You good. What did Lady read?
Chilling. How's Sharona doing? She done perked back up?
Yeah, she jealous because we about to leave her here.
No. Stop trying Sharona like that, man. Hey, man. Hey, all hearts and minds clear, man. We gonna get some oxtails. Hey, all hearts and minds clear. Y'all do me a favor, man. Uh, I got some news the other day that a friend of mine passed away, man. Cause we hadn't talked to each other in years, but man, when we worked together, man, we was cool. We was cool as a fan. You know what I'm saying? So take advantage of the day, man. Take advantage of today while you can. My 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 brother that passed away, his old lady, her son got shot up the other day. He's still living, but he got shot up the other day. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of today while you can, man. Let your loved ones know that you love them. Don't just say it, don't just show it. Say it, show it, and confirm it. Right? Communicate with each other. Figure out each other's love language so you can express your love in their love language. If your loved one desires, if their love language is words of affirmation, don't just go shower them with gifts, because those gifts ain't going to speak their love language. Right? If their love language is physical touch, don't just shower them with words of affirmation, because that affirmation is not going to speak their love language. Take advantage of the day, man, while you can. If your parents are still living, y'all see my mom just called me, man. Call them up. Tell them I love you. Talk to my mama every single day. Me, my brother, my sister. Right? Every single day. Right? We used to talk once a week, but since we lost my older brother, we talk to my mama every single day. No matter what. Same bat time, same bat channel. Every day. Right? So if you want to do something with me on a weekday at 1 o'clock, weekend at 1 o'clock, don't call me, because I'm on the phone with my mama. Right? Call up your parents if they still with us, man. Tell them that you love them. Go by see your mama. Go take her trash out. Go wash your car for her. Go by see your daddy. Say, hey, daddy, pick up the phone, call him. What's up, dad? I just think about you, man. You know what I'm saying? Go in the next room, hug your spouse, hug your kids. Tell them you love them, man. Express it to them, show it to them, because ain't nobody promised tomorrow. You hear me? And with that, it's your boy, Timothy Lee Rogers Sr., a.k.a. Aranya Grande. Let's just be expired if you don't hablo español. Hey, man, I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be safe out here in these trading streets. I'm gone.